To historic Baltimore, Maryland and M&T Bank Stadium. Here's a scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with the Cincinnati Bengals. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. They'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort. And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Jackson now. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender. Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
24 is the light. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Well, this defense for the Bengals, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland. And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. A give, Dobbins trying the right side. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. Here's Jackson to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him, because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt you. Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 46. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half. Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do? Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off. and made him try and pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 24-yard line. Throwing is Jackson. Rolling to his right. And it's caught. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. McCann's got it teed up. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. This pass complete to Higgins. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. These two teams met in Cincinnati earlier in the year with the Bengals coming out on top. So a win here in Baltimore would give them the season sweep. From the 30 on 2nd down. Burrow. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A big play that time through the air. 30 yards.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
Yeah, boy, the strength on display there as he rumbles through tacklers for a gain of about 8. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time, that's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Here's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here and 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
He's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. A great effort there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
To throw again on second down, Jackson. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on first and second down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, Jackson. And this is going to be home in by the tight end, Andrews. 30, past the 20. And he takes this all the way inside the Cincy 20. A big play there on the catch and run.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. A handoff running left is Dobbins. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1.
That's the end of the first quarter, with the score tied 7-7.
The Ravens on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Dobbins, touchdown, Baltimore. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 14-7. McCann's got it teed up. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
And that'll set him back 5. After the penalty, it's Mixon. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
So, CD, you talk about this football team, some of the whispers and reports, the social media posts, they hint at a locker room that's splintered, badly splintered. There was talk earlier, some guys might walk away entirely, but that hasn't happened, however, at least to this point.
No, and sometimes some of that talk is just that, talk. I mean, guys often say, that's it, I'm out of here, and then they realize, I'm not ready to retire yet. What am I going to do now? And they're really ready to come back and dive back in. In fact, we've got guys who are wearing gold jackets in the Hall of Fame that talked about retirement the last 6-7 years of their careers. So that's not always real. And sometimes you just have to go ahead and ride it out. And this is an opportunity now for everyone in this locker room to move forward.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. 1st down marker at the 5. It's 2nd and goal. Now Burrow. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Peterson.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Mixon. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And he'll find Chase on the right side complete. Touchdown, Bengals. Jamar Chase. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And we are tied here in the second quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. He's going deep for Brown. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
On 3rd down, Jackson. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he's got the 1st down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. From midfield now, here's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. Going right side here, and that's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Earlier this half, you were wondering how the defense was going to handle him defensively. Were they going to bottle him up at different levels, so to speak, is what you said. What have you seen so far?
Well, I think they've been absolutely terrific because it feels like on every play, if we were watching this in the film room, when you clicked off the film or stopped it, you would see 11 shirts of that same color right there in the frame trying to tackle him. That's what you're looking for.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, it's Jackson. He gets this underneath to Dobbins. And he's going to have a first down on a gain of about 10. And that'll take us to the 2-minute warning. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. This is caught. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
Keep in mind they can still get a first down here as they come up on 2nd and inches. Man open left side is Brown. Touchdown! Marquise Brown. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Ravens have broken the tie. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 21-14. McCann's got it teed up. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes, back-to-back. What a momentum.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. After the interception, here's Jackson. He'll buy some time right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
2nd and 10.
Here's Jackson. They'll roll him out right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Jackson from the shotgun. And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews. And he will have a first down as they're into field goal range now at the 30. Now it's Jackson. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Jackson sliding out of the pocket. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. Jackson, flush to his right.
That's complete to his running back, J.K. Dobbins.
The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. To throw is Jackson.
This will be incomplete. Oh, a dream chance for a D lineman, but he couldn't pull that one in.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
2nd down and goal. Jackson. And that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game as the Ravens push further out in front. Extra point right down the middle, and the lead now up to 14.
McCann's got it teed up.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bengals drive about to get going.
And we'll see how they want to play this. Just a little over 20 seconds to go.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. It's caught inside the 25. And he's finally out of bounds, but he's taken it all the way down to the 8. A big play there just before halftime.
If there was one knock on Joe Burrow coming out of LSU, it was arm strength, but kind of put those doubts to rest right there.
And to be honest, this first half hasn't been anything they'd be really proud about. So they needed something like this to change their fortunes. Now they need to make sure they finish this one off, not just with points, but with a touchdown.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bengals are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown.
So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. Jackson's throw complete there to Bateman.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half.
And the half will begin with a touchback.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
On 2nd and 12, Burrow. He's going to let this one go deep. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. He's going to let it go again. Oh, a leap, and he will make the catch. A big connection on that one. 36 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
They will throw on 1st down with Burrow. Eluding the pressure right. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A big play that time through the air. 32 yards.
We have seen big plays from both quarterbacks throughout this game, and there's another one right there. Going back and forth, almost like two excellent guitar soloists trying to top each other with each additional play.
Throwing again, it's Burrow. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. On 2nd and goal, Burrow. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals.
Joe Mixon.
His 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying up this football game.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that will tie our game here in the 3rd. So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving. One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Flushed out right, and he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 46. Throwing is Jackson. Rolling to his right. Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A big connection on that one. 33 yards. Offense just continues to reign supreme. Big plays, both sides, back and forth. Tough to keep track of.
It certainly is, and I'm over here just mocked.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
Second down and 3 with right around 3 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Threes all around. They'll try to run with Dobbins.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore.
J.K. Dobbins
with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Ravens have broken the tie. Extra point attempt to come here. It's up and good, and they jump back ahead, 35-28.
McCann's got it teed up. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter. Went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll stay on the ground, Mixon again. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
42 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow escaping the pressure right. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They've been trying and trying, but they haven't sacked him yet. He's been able to get away and make plays. Tried to make another one downfield right there, but to no avail. They'll have to keep up the pursuit, though, and not let him get hot.
We're in Baltimore. Third quarter action. 2nd and 10.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
Well, after watching him ring the bell that many times and put the ball in the end zone throwing it, you had to figure they had to bring some type of pressure. They had to change things up on defense.
And able to get to him, put him on the ground, so maybe just something to throw him off a little bit.
Yeah, that had to feel a lot better for the defensive guys. They've been getting carved up in this one. To finally knock him on the ground and force an incompletion, that's got to be a sigh of relief.
On third down, Burrow. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
So one first down on that drive, and that's it. Forced to take the deep shot on third down and couldn't hit it. Now they have to punt this one away.
The Bengals bring out their punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. $40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return, and the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Here's Jackson to throw. Out to his left.
And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds a defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback. I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. Flush to his right. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Bengals grab it. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
So turnovers, Charles, you figure will be key in the second half, and that's a big giveaway there.
Yeah, and as you and I both know, coaches are always preaching ball security, and none more often than right here in the second half of a tight football game. Now you've got to believe what the coaches are saying and take care of that football.
First down, here's Burrow. He's going to air one out. And this one is incomplete.
Well, partner, I think the defensive fellas got the memo, and they decided to cover him on that play.
Yeah, he's already up over 100 yards in this game. They tried a deep shot, couldn't get it.
Yeah, when you've had that much success, finally someone said, let's try and put a stop to it and put people on him.
And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee?
Good job, D. Good job. Here we go.
Now Burrow to throw on second down. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Bengals. They've got the football, but they trail here as we get rolling in quarter number 4. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Fourth and goal, and down by a touchdown. The offense stays on the field. Here we go. It's Burrow on fourth down. Eluding the pressure right. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. Being just short of midfield, they decide to take a crack at it on fourth down. They don't come through.
Sometimes it's just showing confidence in your defense. You know that they're good, and they'll take care of you. A lot of coaches during the week will announce to their team, we're going to be aggressive, guys. We're going to go for it. Hey, defense, you got me? A little bit of a challenge to them to see if they'll pick up the rest of the team.
We'll see how they respond now. And he takes us just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself, because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on first and second downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
And a short gain here, down to the 22. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Now it's 2nd and 9.
Jackson now. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete.
After what they faced during this game, where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
The Ravens on third down. They haven't been stopped yet. A perfect 7 for 7. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Jackson. He'll buy some time right. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And his kick is indeed good.
So after 5 touchdowns offensively, hey, maybe it's time to get the kicker a little work, and he's able to connect there.
I love that empathetic side of you. You're worried about him getting some action, getting to be a part of the game. Well, he got in and got it done.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going.
And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly.
Escaping the pressure right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. A big play there for Cincinnati. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that move's all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
Second and 10 now, Burrow. And he fires one that's intercepted.
Picked up by Brandon Stevens.
There he goes, right side. And he will bring this back. It's a pick-6 and a Raven touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth-quarter comeback.
With emphasis. Interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going.
And that last pick-6 may have been the backbreaker as they now face a 3-score deficit in the fourth quarter. They need points quickly. And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again.
He's picked off just shy of midfield. That interception may be the exclamation mark on what really all around has been a good performance.
A fantastic performance. They will enjoy film session. Their grade should be very good on this one. I think the next time the offense gets the ball, I just think about running it and getting the clock done and getting the heck out of here.
And by the way, semantics here, but before the grammar police come after me, I think it's exclamation points, not mark, right?
You're asking me? Seriously?
Yeah, you're smarter than me. Everybody knows that.
Listen.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Jesse Bates.
And the Bengals are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line.
If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Fair to say the secondary play, whichever side you're on, hasn't really been a glowing exhibition so far, but a nice job there to prevent a long completion.
I agree with you, but at some point, someone had to make a play and try and stop this exhibition of almost speed racing that we've been watching, huh?
Yeah, it has been quarterback and receiver dominated. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. It got his man complete. And they do finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 41. A big play there for Cincinnati. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all. So forget about being backed up. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way across midfield. To the air again, Burrow. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up second. Another try after the first down sack. Burrow. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
Now Joe Burrow on 3rd and long. And that is incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Flush to his right. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. Keep in mind, he had the 3-interception game last week, so we requested to talk with him this week. He was all smiles. He's still all smile.
Yeah, we didn't jinx him at all, did we? No. Because ordinarily that happens. Things fall off, but not in this case. I think a lot of it goes back to his technique. His ability to see the quarterback throw the ball while understanding where the receiver is running his route allows him to make a lot of plays on the football, and he's taking it away at a really high rate.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 2nd and 11 now. Burrow. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. A gain of 8 there on the play. And they're going to have a 3rd down. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. He'll drop this one down to Mixon. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. So the completion gets him just a yard. And that's going to make it 4th down. And I don't think he got there. He did not. They stop him a yard shy. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. And right about now, heck, they might be wishing they did not have a bye week coming up next week. It appears they're going to go into that week off in high spirits as they've got this one well in hand. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. They'll go again with Dobbins. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Now a handoff for Dobbins. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Still 9 remaining on 2nd down. Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. They'll roll him out right. Oh, and for the third time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Well, I kind of got to give him credit. Another incompletion there, yes, but he's still trying to make plays outside the pocket.
Yeah, he's been hemmed in for much of the game. How about him getting outside there? And that's what you want to see from your quarterback. He's not giving up on this game, so every other player on the field has to say to himself, I can't give up either.
He finds his man, complete. That's Peterson. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game. A final shot now for Burrow. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time is run out now on this game.